Oh my god.
My god.
Some people absolutely love sirens. Like, there are straight up Tornado Siren fandoms out there. Tornado Siren enthusiasts out there that
Siren
travel. Like,
fans?
there's so many YouTube.
Hey guys, loud guys. Today we are going to watch Tornado Sirens Are Scary. So Tornado we have seen, I think so. Have you seen one
Have
tornado?
you seen? Yeah, I was asking the same question. Have you seen the tornado in real life?
No, I've not seen in real life, but I've
Same.
seen videos of it.
I've also seen the videos.
And they are very, very scary. So
like
this,
that thing, na? That huge circle thing and dark.
yeah. And this is the first time I'm seeing that, okay, there are also Tornado Sirens. So they would be playing that siren whenever the tornado would be coming. So that would be actually very scary. I don't know. So let's watch this video.
Tornado sirens. Picture the scene. You're out chilling on your front lawn. There's a tornado watch, and all of a sudden, dark clouds roll in. There's an eeriness in the atmosphere.
So
The birds
exciting,
stop
to be
chirping.
honest.
The leaves have turned over. And there's an old lady down the street who claims that there's a pain in her knee, which only comes before severe storms.
Yeah.
And felt these pains like this for a long time.
And you're looking around, and then all of a sudden,
Tornado Siren!
What is that?
It is actually this loud.
Here we go again.
the tornado siren sound.
Some of the
And it's
movie
just
scenes,
straight
I
up
guess.
terrifying. These things sound creepy and scary as heck. But they sound scary for a reason. They serve an important role in warning you of an impending danger, such as a tornado or an atomic bomb. We'll get to that. Even the shape of these things is scary. I mean, that square horn shape, they look scary, they sound scary. Perhaps that's why they make such great creepypasta internet lore cryptids.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Some people absolutely love sirens. Like, there are straight up tornado siren fandoms out there. Tornado siren enthusiasts out there that
Siren
travel. Like,
fans?
there's so many YouTube channels about tornado sirens. Some people are absolutely terrified of them, which makes sense. To me, I absolutely love them. I'm all about them. Anyway, we're going to talk about them. We're going to talk about their history. We're going to talk about their future. We're going to talk about different models, different sounds.
love
We're going to
with
talk
the
about what I
sirens.
think are the creepiest sounding tornado sirens, aka civil defense sirens, aka air raid sirens, because
Yeah.
technically they're not meant for tornadoes. But before we get into any of that, be sure to subscribe for more tornado-related content. Let's get into the video. Now, first things first, let's quickly talk about the history of sirens. Back in 1799,
For
They
what?
have
Scottish
history.
physicist by the name of John Robison invented the very first siren. His initial intentions were to use his invention for the creation of beautiful music.
Oh,
His device
music.
used a high-speed rotating disc with uniformly spaced holes all around it to make noise when a jet of air is propelled through it. Robison's innovation was further improved on in the 1800s by Cagnier de la Tour and Professor Joseph Henry. Here's an example of what Cagnier de la Tour siren sounded like.
That's so cute.
It's cute. It's like a mixer grinder.
Fun fact, this siren could also work underwater. Many sirens of the
Wow.
1800s were steam-powered and often used as foghorns for lighthouses. Skipping ahead to the 20th century, we have the oldest still-in-use siren today. That is the Federal Signal Model 2. Another notable US siren during the 1930s was the DCOT siren. A lot of these
DCOT.
sirens were used for fires, for other
All
ways
have
to get the
different
public's
shapes.
attention. But at the dawn of World War II, their use would become a little more sinister. In September 1939, London experienced its first air raid siren alert. And during World War II, the use of air raid sirens would become standard.
Yeah, I've heard that even in Israeli Gaza
No
war.
time now for asking what to do, where to go.
But for this video, we want to skip to post-World War II sirens, specifically looking at the US with the Civil Defense Act. After World War II, the subject of civil defense received little attention. That is until 1949, the year the Soviet Union tested its first atomic weapon. Immediately following the test, there was a sense of urgency among the American people and administration to enact safety policies in the event of an attack. As a result, President Harry S. Truman issued an executive order establishing the Federal Civil Defense Administration. This legislation included funding for defensive equipment from the federal government to the states and local communities. Most of the funding went into creating fallout shelters. However, some of the funding went towards installing large outdoor sirens in cities and towns. These sirens would then be used to alert local populations of an incoming atomic bomb.
And if you hear it, as you drive in your auto, as you sit in your office, or work at your bench, wherever you are.
America was always fearful of atomic bomb attack.
Of course, this channel is about tornadoes, not about nuclear bombs. So why are we talking about nuclear bombs? Well, it was these sirens that were put into place that have become the modern tornado sirens of today. I mean, obviously they've updated some sirens, but the original tornado sirens were all federal civil defense sirens. Okay, but when did they start using sirens with tornado warnings? Well, let's talk about the history of tornado warnings real quick.
Tornado warning.
During the 1880s, Sergeant John P. Finley of the U.S. Civil
Finley.
Corps conducted studies on tornadoes and the circumstances surrounding them. Using his observations, Finley started issuing tornado alerts for long periods of time over a wide geographic area. Very comparable to the tornado watches we have today. Edward S. Holden created a short-term local tornado warning system based on Finley's research. This idea consisted of telegraph wires around the southwest corner of a town that would snap in strong winds. Alarm bells and a cannon would then automatically sound in the town in the event of a damaged telegraph circuit,
Wow.
which would be
Cool.
terrifying and cool.
Boom.
Local tornado warnings were, however, generally frowned upon by many scientists and experts at the time. For this
Not talk
reason,
about it?
the actual
Why?
word tornado was banned. Like, it was straight up banned.
Tornado? Why?
That is until the government began to start worrying about expensive military equipment on military bases located within tornado-prone areas. The first official tornado warning occurred in 1948 at Tinker Air Force Base. The first tornado warning was conducted by Major Ernst Fallbush and Captain Robert Miller. A tornado watch was issued at 1450 Central Standard Time and included a warning for Tinker Air Force Base between 1600 and 1800 Central Standard Time. This prompted the base to implement a tornado strategy for damage mitigation and employee safety. Around 1800 Central Standard Time, a tornado struck the base, verifying the warning and ushering in the modern era of tornado warnings. The very first use of a civil defense siren to warn a community of an incoming tornado happened on June 11, 1958 in Wichita, Kansas, a day after the infamous El Dorado tornado. However, this was a pretty exceptional event because technically civil defense sirens were not to be used for natural disasters. They're meant strictly for nuclear bombs. The fact that Wichita used those, I'm glad they did. Alright, I'm glad they did, but they probably weren't allowed to do so. This means that almost all of the tornado warnings throughout the 50s and the 60s had no tornado sirens to accompany them. That would all change in the 70s when President Richard Nixon's term saw a number of notable natural disasters, specifically Hurricane Camille in 1969. And this led the government to permit dual use of sirens for both atomic attacks and natural disasters.
That is smart.
Okay, so
When
what
you
are the
have
different
sirens, why
tones,
don't you use it?
models, and types of sirens?
Siren 101.
Oh.
So you have two basic siren
Electronic.
designs. You have the electromechanical, aka classic siren design, which has a chopper that spins super fast from an electric motor, which sucks in air through little holes. Then you have electronic sirens that are literally like electric speakers, like that you have in stadiums and places like that.
They're like pretty loud.
So let's talk about some different siren alerts and what they mean. There's the alert sound, which is just a steady increased. This is typically used for tornadoes, at least historically speaking. It's been used for tornadoes and other natural disasters.
From somewhere. Oh my god.
I heard this
is
signal.
scary.
And then there's the attack tone, which is it goes up and down, back and forth. It sounds a little bit like this.
And this is constant. This is not going high, I guess. Oh.
Again, so attack is happening.
I'm just loving it. I don't know why.
Why?
At
So what,
first
the
it
first
was
one
like,
went-
ooh.
This is scary.
He has mastered the skill of sirens.
In a rare instance, there's a high-low sound, which is sometimes used for fires, but can be used for other purposes. Sounds like this.
No, this
And
is
this
fire.
sweet.
And then there's the creepiest of all of them, the alternating wail, which kind of mixes the high-low with the attack mode, and it sounds like this.
That's
like
bad.
some, like someone don't know how to play a
Easily
musical
the
instrument
creepiest
like
sound
that.
of all of them.
Yeah.
And we'll talk more about that later. All right, let's talk about some siren tones. First off, you have a single tone siren, which can be at different pitches, but it sounds like this.
That is very high
There's
pitched.
also something called a dual tone
That was not
siren,
scary.
and these are a little more familiar and a little more creepy. Here's what a dual tone siren sounds like.
It's like some machine.
Comparing that back to the single tone.
It's like cute one.
Hear the difference? Okay, now dual tones can have different pitch intervals depending on different ports. Have a listen.
It's like a fan.
I don't know why I'm learning about sirens.
Can you hear the different pitch intervals? To me, the 810 sounds creepier. It's just got this like slightly angelic but slightly scary vibe to it.
That is not
Okay,
scary.
and when you're in an area, usually there's multiple sirens, sometimes different
India, we
models.
don't have
So you're
sirens,
not just
no?
getting one siren, you're getting like a couple sirens that are rotating around, little Doppler effect action, creating different pitches and noises, and it all adds up to this really kind of eerie atmosphere.
My God.
So here are some
Silence
famous
is scary.
electromechanical siren models. Okay, first off, we're going to talk about the OG civil defense siren, the one from the early 50s, developed between 1949
Tall
and
model.
1952. That is the Federal Signal Thunderbolt
Signal.
siren. Siren
Thunderbolt.
enthusiasts love this, and so do I. I mean, it looks pretty sweet, and it sounds pretty cool too. Let's have a listen.
It's sleek, tall model. Huh?
It's a boom.
There are three different models of this. There's the 1000 single tone model, the 1000T dual
Can we
tone,
buy all
and the
this?
1003, which can do that
Why don't you buy
alternating
it?
well. So that's the
I'll buy it
Thunderbolt.
now.
Other
Whenever
notable
I'll wake up,
mechanical
there's a
federal
siren.
sirens include the 2T-22,
That I have
the
waken up.
3T22, the
Not a
SGH10, and the 2001
Not a
model.
king,
The
but
2001
yes,
model is
still I have
very,
waken up.
very common in like modern towns. It's still electromechanical, it's not electronic.
Everybody
Another
should know.
noteworthy
You think you're a
brand
gangster?
is the Alerting Communicators of America, or ACA. They have a few different electromechanical siren
Alerter.
designs. The most
Hurricane.
notable are the Alerter,
Screamer.
the Cyclone,
That is
the
nice.
Hurricane,
That is so
the
cute. How can you
Penetrator,
name
and
it
the
Screamer?
Screamer. Moving on to electric. My favorite electric siren is definitely the Federal Signal Modulator. These have also been called the Chicago Siren and the Scary Tornado Siren. The reason why they're called that is these have the ability to create that alternating wail sound that I talked about earlier in the video.
Oh.
People
This
think they
is
sound
like
creepy, and they definitely do
Gotham
sound pretty
City.
creepy, but they sound pretty sweet as
It
well.
is
Two other
scary.
electric models I want to talk about are the Wheelin Vortex and the Wheelin WPS series. So another thing that can make electric sirens scarier
I want
than
to hear the
electromechanical
dangerous one.
sirens is the fact that you can use a recorded voice with these. So sometimes it'll be going off, and then all of a sudden it'll be like, "Take shelter now."
It's like some terrorists have attacked on our country.
Ah.
Huh?
No, I mean, it's not that scary, but I don't know. If you have a favorite civil defense siren, be sure to throw it in the chat. In the comments, I mean, by chat. Okay, so let's talk about the future of tornado sirens. There are many amongst today's
Emperor.
They're
community
going
that
down.
find the tornado sirens to
You
be,
think you're
well,
emperor?
not really useful anymore.
Hmm.
Since we live in the age of cell phones
Oh.
and technology and applications,
No.
we can easily get alerts on our
Yeah,
phones.
actually we get
For
on
this
phones.
reason, many believe that tornado sirens are redundant. But redundancy, in my opinion, is a good thing when we're talking about people's lives, all right? Sometimes people are sleeping, yo.
Yeah.
Okay, I personally keep my cell phone on silent, and I'm definitely not alone. I know other people that do this as well. So for those people, you want some tornado sirens. So it's of my opinion that we should keep these around for as long as
Oldies can
possible.
get attacked
Plus, I
from,
love them. The outside tornado siren
What's
system
happening?
is not without its flaws.
No,
though.
not- it is
First
not
off,
like
many
that.
communities lack outdoor sirens, particularly those in small towns and rural areas. Currently, the NOAA weather radio is the preferred choice for an in-home warning system.
Weather radio.
So there you have it. Tornado sirens. They are.
These sirens are actually very scary, and I've never heard them in India, or I've never heard anything about them being played in India. But yes, I think so. They are mostly used in war times only, but now they're also used for tornadoes also, and they are very scary.
Definitely, and like he has made the whole video on simply sirens, and we come to know the whole history about it.
Yeah.
And now, at first I was thinking why people are crazy, they are wearing t-shirts. I'm not going to wear t-shirts of sirens, of course, but I just love the song. It's like something's going to happen,
Oh,
kind of excitement, and I want to see the tornado
What do
once in my life.
Yeah, so what do you guys think about it? Do let us know in the comment section below. So like, share, and
Subscribe. Bye.